Hello everybody and welcome back. We're going to continue on with the 2015 Friar Contest. That's the grade 9 contest. We already did part 1, or question 1, in the previous video. In this video, we're going to take a look at question number 2. If you don't have a copy of the contest handy, I'll put a link to the CEMC website. You can go look up their past contests. I'll put that in the link down below. But let's get to it and take a look at question number 2. In Canada, because these contests are written in various places around the world, so it bears mentioning how our money system works. In Canada, a quarter is worth 25 cents. A dime is worth 10 cents. Well, I guess actually they're saying $0.25. A dime is worth $0.1. And a nickel is worth $0.05. Okay? But it's 25 cents, 10 cents, 5 cents is how I like to think of it. Alright, so we got 3 parts to this question. Susan has 3 quarters, 18 dimes, and 25 nickels. What is the total value of Susan's coins? Okay, so we just need to multiply 3 by this amount, 18 by this amount. I mean, the dollar sign at the front, it may look different, but really it's just the type of units we're working with. So 3 quarters, 18 dimes, and 25 nickels. That should just be a straight calculation. So 18 dimes and 25 nickels. So we can multiply these out with our calculator if we want to. And then we can add them up. I mean, those two together are going to be $2, so $2 plus $1.8. That's going to be $3.8. Add on the 0 just because that's customarily how dollar amounts are written. You're at 2 decimal places, but really it doesn't matter. We just needed our final answer. We completed our calculation. No fuss, no muss. So B. Alan has equal numbers of dimes and nickels and no other coins. His coins have a total value of $1.50. How many nickels does Alan have? Okay. So we're going to have to use a little algebra to solve this one. So we want the number of nickels that Alan has. So we know the total amount of money that Alan has. And we know he has the same number of dimes as he has nickels. So he has n dimes as well. So he has n dimes and n nickels, and that in total gives us the $1.50 amount. Okay, well, these two both have a term of n, so we can bring that out as a common term. And we can say that $1.50 is n times $0.15. So you can do that in your head, or you can do it with a calculator. Remember, the dollar signs are units, so they're going to cancel out. He's not going to have $10 of nickels. He's just going to have 10 nickels. Nickels, not nickers. Fairly straightforward. All we had to do was sort of manipulate the algebra. Once we had fixed one of the numbers, we could have started with Alan has the number D many dimes, but we wanted the total number of nickels, so it made more sense to start with N being the number of nickels. All right, C part. Elise has $10.65, or $10.65, I guess, in quarters and dimes. If Elise has X quarters and 2X plus 3 many dimes, what is the value of X? Okay. So it's similar to the situation we just saw with Alan in that question. We don't quite know how many quarters or dimes she has. In Alan's case, we picked a variable N and we were able to solve it by setting up the equation knowing that the dimes were equal to the nickels. So this should be fairly similar. We just need to sort of multiply X many quarters by $0.25 and so on, and add that to the total cash coming from the dimes. And everything should be all right. So it'll just sort of work out to basic algebraic manipulation, as we'll see. So she has a total of 1065, and she has X many quarters, and those contribute $0.25 to the total amount. And she has 2X plus 3 many dimes, each of them contributing $0.1. So we just need to be careful and expand this out. Okay. 0.25x, and then two times 0.1 is 0.2, and 3 times 0.1 is 0.3. Okay. Well, we can bring this 0.3, I mean, it doesn't have an x in it, so we can bring this 0.3 over to the other side. And we can group these together. They have a common term, just the x value. And once again, our calculator can come to the rescue as we perform this division. I believe it's 23, just from looking at it, but we'll double check. Yep, 23. Now, that's the number of quarters. Let's make sure they didn't ask for the number of dimes. So they just asked for the value of x. Okay, well, we've got the value of x, but it's a written question, so let's make a little statement. We're not asked about quarters, we just want the value of x. So therefore, the value of x is 23. Nice. Actually, that appears to be almost as short a question as the B part was. Alright, so that concludes question number 2. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, throw a like on the video. Either way, hopefully you'll join me for question number 3 in the next video. I'll see you guys then.